Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a political puzzle coming out of Bangladesh that honestly sounds kind of impossible. How can a political party that's been officially banned from doing anything be getting ready to fight and maybe even win a national election? It's a wild story of bold legal moves and some seriously high-stakes diplomatic chess. And this really is the central question facing the Awami League. I mean, think about it. Their political activities have been banned under anti-terrorism laws, but at the same time, they're preparing for the national election in February like it's business as usual. So how are they pulling this off? While their leader, Sheikh Hasina, has this multi-layered strategy that unfolds in a few key parts. All right, so first up, let's really break down the central contradiction at the heart of the story. So you see the picture here. On one side, you've got this official ban that's supposed to have them completely on the sidelines. But on the other side, they're basically in full-on campaign mode. Now, you gotta understand, this isn't just them being defiant for the sake of it. No, this is the very first step in a really calculated plan to turn this legal hurdle into a political weapon. The first part of that plan is what we're calling the UN Gambit. It's a really bold legal move, and it's designed to get the international community on their side. Their entire case hinges on this one really subtle but absolutely critical legal loophole. You see, a past UN report blamed individual Awami League leaders for alleged atrocities, but, and this is the most important part, it never actually condemned the party as a whole. So their argument is pretty simple. The actions of a few people can't be used to outlaw an entire political movement. And let me tell you, this is not just some simple lawsuit. No way. It's a strategic, four-stage assault. Every single step, from hiring the top legal minds to pushing for a fast-tracked UN ruling, it's all designed for one ultimate purpose: to get a favorable opinion from the UN that they can then use as a political hammer against the current government. And they are not messing around with this. To lead this legal charge, they've hired some absolute heavyweights from one of London's most prestigious law firms. That includes Alex Tinsley, who you might know as the lawyer who represented WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange. Hiring lawyers of this stature is a huge signal that they plan to fight this thing on the world stage and that they fully intend to win. But this legal battle, that's only half the story. The other half involves a major diplomatic game, and the chessboard is pretty much set up in New Delhi. Now, a really key part of their pitch, especially to India, is how they frame Sheikh Hasina's status. They argue she isn't a fugitive, she's an exiled prime minister. And look, that isn't just playing with words. It's a hugely strategic move to position her as a legitimate leader in waiting, which makes it a whole lot easier for a country like India to engage with her. And this is exactly where India's own strategic concerns come into play. Analysts are pointing out that New Delhi is getting pretty worried about the current Bangladeshi government's deepening relationship with China, and also about a new visa agreement with Pakistan that could give its intelligence agency, the ISI, much easier access in the region. So for India, giving Sheikh Hasina a platform could be a very powerful way to pressure its neighbor and protect its own interests. So, faced with all this pressure, the current Bangladeshi government isn't just sitting on its hands. It's launching its own diplomatic counteroffensive, and it's aimed squarely at rebuilding trust with India. This counter-diplomacy has been a real full-court press. Bangladesh's High Commissioner to India has been on a strategic charm offensive, right? He's been meeting with influential think tanks, touring the super important state of Gujarat, and holding one particularly significant meeting in Delhi. That meeting in Delhi was with a senior leader of the RSS, and this is a huge deal. The RSS is considered the ideological backbone, the heart and soul, really, of India's ruling BJP party. By meeting with them, the Bangladeshi government isn't just talking to politicians. It's trying to appeal to the foundational ideology of the party in power. So, with all these legal and diplomatic battles going on in the background, what's the Awami League's actual endgame for the election itself? The Awami League's strategy here is a total flip from their rivals, the BNP, who just boycotted past elections. The Awami League has decided, nope, we are not going to boycott. Their plan is to participate no matter what, and this forces the current government into a corner. Either they let them run, or they have to take all the international blame for blocking a major political party from an election. This basically creates two potential ways for the Awami League to come out on top. If they're allowed to run, great, they compete. If they're blocked, they can just turn around and declare the whole election a sham. It's a strategic trap that puts all the pressure right back on the ruling government. So what you have here is this incredibly complex web of legal, diplomatic, and political strategy that leaves the election just balanced on a knife's edge. And that leads to the final question, right? Is this a brilliant plan to restore democratic choice? Or is it just the next move in a ruthless game of political chess for the future of Bangladesh? That's a question only the coming months are going to answer. Thanks for joining us on The Explain It.